The Bonesso Show. Starring Bonesso.
Say hi, everybody. Hi. What's up, everybody? I decided to do a new thing where every week I will recap my week so you can get to know a little bit more about me, what's been going on in my life, and, you know, the things that slap and the things that don't.
You lose!
During my week. Okay, so this week started pretty cool. I went to a birthday party last Sunday. It was my business partner, Josh. His two daughters, they had a combined birthday party at North Park, so it was outdoors, safe. All the adults there were vaccinated, the kids obviously not. It was a really cool party. It definitely slapped. However, when I was about to leave the party, Josh's wife, Kate, was like, hey, Gab, make sure you grab a party bag before you go. So I went over to this table where they had all these like party bags, and I grabbed one. And while I was grabbing one, Josh's brother, Nate, was like, ha, 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 pointing and laughing at me. And I was like, yeah, man, you can't, leave without your party bag. And he's like, ha, ha, ha. And I was so confused. So I got into the car, and I had gone there with my best friend, her husband, and Oscar, my godson, their son. And Bethany was in the back seat with Oscar, and she was like, hey, buddy, what did you get in your treat bag? And I was like, well, Bethany, didn't you also get a treat bag, you and Drew? And she was like, well, no, they were for the kids. And Drew looks over, and I'm holding my treat bag, and he starts cracking up. And I'm like, no, Kate told me to take one. And now they're both laughing. And Drew's like, well, of course she told you to take one. You're basically a kid, which, when you think about it, that slapped. Yeah, totally. I like being thought of as a kid. But then I was thinking about Nate and him not getting a treat bag.
You get nothing.
Yeah, that's just how it is. That's just how it goes. But no, that was a really great party to start the whole week off. Had a great time. All right, the second big event of my week. This was huge. Huge, I'm telling you. So during the pandemic, I found a new therapist. Her name is Leah. She is awesome. I like her a lot. Anyway, because of the pandemic, all of our sessions had to be via Zoom, which I don't really love. Like, I don't enjoy doing stand-up comedy via Zoom because, like, you can't really hear people when they laugh, and it's very anxious and, like, not cool. Well, therapy is, like, 1,000 times worse because you're, like, telling her a very personal story, something very traumatic, and then the screen's buffering and you have no idea whether she heard your story or not. And that is also anxiety-inducing, also frustrating. So I wasn't a big fan of that form of therapy. So this week was the first week that we could meet in person. Both of us were vaccinated, very excited. So one of the things we've been working on in therapy is I have a very deep fear of stink bugs. Some people could say hashtag it's irrational. I'd like to say it's not. It's very rational. I had a stink bug incident back in 2009 and I haven't quite gotten over it. So we're working on that. So I get to her office, whatever. As I'm walking through the hallway, I see tons of bugs. I don't like it. I get in her office. It seems very clean. She's tried to make it as neat as possible, knowing all of my phobias. We're in the middle of the session, and all of a sudden, a little gnat flies in front of her face, and she's just frozen. And I'm like, yeah! Screaming about a bug. And she's like, oh my God, I was hoping you didn't see it. She's like, I froze praying that you wouldn't see it. I'm like, of course I saw it. I also saw all the bugs in your hallway. What is this? Amity offices? This is horrible. And I was just going wild. So in explaining all of this, I'm so frustrated because I wasn't wearing a hat. I'm like, oh God, and I didn't wear a hat because it was our first time seeing each other in person. So I fixed my hair and I usually wear a hat so the bugs don't get my hair. And she's like, oh, that's why you wear hats? I thought that was your style. And she was so like, caught me on something. I'm like, no, now hold on. I like wearing hats for a lot of reasons, not just the buggos. But then I had to like time out and think, did she actually say she thought this was my style? Like did she think that I think that wearing a hat like this looks good? First of all, I don't think like the giving up on yourself looks good. I don't think this is style. First of all, I know I don't have style. There was a guy, his name was Matt Wine. Matt, if you're out there, how you doing? If you're not out there, rest in peace. Point is, Matt Wine came up to me once and said, my mom says you don't know how to dress yourself. I was about 30 at the time. My mother thought that was a rude statement. I, however, agreed with Matt Wine's mom. I don't know how to dress myself. Case in point, Look at my belt. If you're like, hey, Gab, is that an HDMI cord that then becomes a USB cord? Yeah, that's exactly what is my belt, okay? I wear a dog chain. I don't, no, this isn't a Luke. No. So her thinking that I think this is style.
You lose!
Didn't slap, friends. It didn't slap. Also, we were walking out of her office, by the way, and I was like, see, there's one of the bugs. I was pointing to this, like, spider stuck in its own web. And she's like, there's no bug there. And when she went to reach for it, it, like, fell. And then she's like, look, it's just like a nail in the wall. And I'm like, no, I think it fell. She's like, you're hallucinating. Then she, like, walked me out to my car and was like, bye, have a great weekend. And I just want to say, like, if you thought I was hallucinating, should I be getting behind the wheel of a car? Anyway, not the point. The fact that she let me keep my license, that slapped. That slapped, you guys. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. All right. So I had mentioned at the birthday party, all the adults were vaccinated. I also mentioned in order to see my therapist in person, we were both vaccinated. Yes, I am vaccinated. I have not brought it up because it didn't sit right with me when other people very early on in the vaccination process were like, got vaccinated. I just felt like it was like really rubbing it in on all the people who didn't qualify yet, or the people who were trying so desperately to get an appointment and couldn't. It just like was rubbing me the wrong way. So I just didn't want to be one of those people that was like, I got vaccinated, because I just didn't want to brag. And especially because a lot of the people that watch my stuff online are like kids who can't get vaccinated. So I don't want to be like Braggy McBraggerton. And I'm like, hey guys, I got microchips in my blood so the government can track me and you can't. You know, it just didn't seem cool. So I didn't talk about it, but I am vaccinated, and that in itself. In the news of being vaccinated, a new development has happened for me. I have some live performances coming up in June, and I'm very, very excited about this. For me, besides wanting to live and not die and not kill people with the vaccine or with the COVID, that's why I wanted the vaccine. I'm afraid of death, but I also wanted it because I haven't been able to work. Being a stage performer has been illegal, and I've needed this vaccine so I could get back to work. And I'm super excited. I have my first live comedy show coming up June 5th. It's going to be awesome. I'm headlining out in Warren, PA. If you're from Warren, PA, get over there. Although I think most of my fans are from Singapore. So anyway, Singapore and PA, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, yeah, I'm super excited about that. So I'm going to be back on stage doing what I love, and it's going to be great. And I'm also trying to get some merchandise together for my live shows. I don't want to tell my ideas. I don't want people to take them from me. So yeah, but anyway, look for new merchandise, look for live shows, look for all of that coming up soon now that your friend Gab is vaxxed. Oh, and all of that slaps, obviously. Obviously that slaps. Here's something that I want now that live shows are coming back, and there's a chance that there's like a venue situation popping up again, and I don't want to get into those deets, but I need sponsors, guys. I need sponsorships, and one of the companies that I want to sponsor me, this is complicated because it's like a national chain, but then all the franchises are individually owned, so I don't know how I can get this as a sponsorship. Hear me out. Big Shot Bob's Wings. Oh my God, I love you. I eat you all the time. I think you're fabulous. We should team up. One of the best live shows of my life was at a Big Shot Bob's in Wheeling, West Virginia. In fact, the audio from that show is so good, and it was my last headlining set before the pandemic, that I actually think I'm going to rip it all, put it all together, and do like a bootleg album thingy thing. So yeah, Big Shot Bob's, we got to talk. I don't know how we can work together. I don't know if I need to just like team up with some local branches, but if you work for Big Shot Bob's, if you are Big Shot Bob, if you're a chicken wing, please call me. I'm not going to put my number down here, so I'll do like what they would do in a movie. Call 555-555-5555. But you could also email me at gab@gabbonesso.com. Find me on social media, and that would be so cool. I would love to be sponsored by Big Shot Bob's Wings. I could also do like YouTube videos where I like try different flavors every week or something like that. I don't know. Call me. But don't call me, because with that 555 number, I lied. That's not my real number. So email the thing I said. Okay. Already wrote that. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. And this is the last thing, and this is important, guys. This is where I need your help. This is where I need you to comment below. This is where I need you to send me an email. This is where I need you to reach out to me on social media and tell me what you think. Okay. This last year during the pandemic, I happened to write 13 full-length songs and over 10 jingles. I think there's a chance that when I'm getting booked to do shows, in the real world, some people might want to hear some of the music. I am considering using a big portion of my tax refund to buy, wait for it, a keytar. If you think that me playing the keytar would slap, leave a comment below. If you don't think it's a good idea, also leave a comment below, because I don't like to waste money, guys. I'm kind of frugal. That's why I wear kids' clothing, because it's cheap. You know what I mean? Like, it's like $5 shirts. I'm very frugal. Okay, that's basically my week. That's what I got going on. Hopefully this week will be less stink bugs, less bugs in my therapist's office, and I don't have any parties I'm going to, but I have some online talks, mental health stuff, and hey, it's May, and it's the beginning of mental health month. I keep looking up, like, what's the official name, like Mental Health Awareness Month, or like National Mental Health Month. Regardless, just take care of yourself, okay? Check in with yourself, do things to make you feel better, chill out, take a hot bath. I don't like baths. That wouldn't calm me down. I think it's not my thing. It's just not my thing. But do whatever it is your thing to calm you down or whatever. Just get in touch with yourself. It's Mental Health Month. I'll be back next week with all the stuff that I've done. Hopefully it'll be fun. And I will talk to you all next time. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.
Yeah, Bonesso TV. It's not TV, but it's definitely free. Yeah, Bonesso TV.
Good day, sir.